Yo, 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 what's up? Hold up, let me lower my volume. Bop, 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 bop. Yo, what's up, everybody? Throat. Yo, how's it going, everybody? Yo, Peony, what's up over there on Twitch? How's it going on YouTube? How's it going on Twitch? Let me set up everything. Let me make sure my sound's good. I think my sound is good. Actually, let me fix this. Let me turn off my filter. Yo, what's up, Carol? How's it going? Make sure everything looks good. Okay, everything sounds good. My bitrate's kind of alright. Okay, everything looks good. Okay. Wonder why everything was kind of like, it was like, for earlier, it's like laggy on my end. That's why it's like, good. Oh, now my camera's free. Okay, good. But yo, today we're going to officially start off Lostbelt 2. The Eternal Icy Fire Century, Götterdämmerung. Okay, that's pretty much it. Might have a shorter stream today though. Might be only doing the prologue. I had some stuff to take care of earlier today too, so I'll see. I might only be here for like an hour. I'll see how much we get done though, but definitely want to get through prologue at the very least. So hopefully we're having a nice Friday, Saturday. Well, it's not Saturday yet. Well, maybe for some people, the time zone, but oh man. I'm excited for this because Lostbelt, that was really nice. You know, setting the stage essentially for the future Lostbelts. Why is this on auto? That threw me off. what did they say? Did I miss it? Okay. Yeah, setting the stage for the future Lostbelts, aka this one, and man, I'm excited for this one. I know this one we have. I think it's Ophelia, the other person from Team A. So I'm curious to see what happens. So yeah, okay, anyways. Yo, what's up, cons? I repeat, I'm a maid from proper human history. Please come find me at the following coordinates. This is, oh yes, they got a message from, in the ending, and they ended on a cliffhanger. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Okay. This is Baldanders, the Wandering City. Sea. Yeah, Baldanders, the Wandering Sea. Okay, I remember that. Wandering Sea, the Wandering Sea, yep. That's one of the three great organizations of the Magecraft world. There's the Clock Tower in London, the Atlas Institute in Egypt, and the oldest of them all, the Wandering Sea. It was located on the island from the Age of God. Oh, this is no sound right now. Hidden in the northern oceans. Did you check out these two videos? CJ's Queen of Belt, I'm talking about. May I ask you for one? No, I haven't seen that. I'll check that out then. Let me screenshot that so I remember for later. Okay, I got you. I'll check that out later on then. What does this mean? It still exists? Yeah, it still exists. What is it, Atlantis? Yeah, that's where they left us off in the last belt. The last belt. Okay, menu error. Atmospheric analysis complete. Nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and carbon dioxide levels all green. Okay, so it's good to breathe. The mana in the atmosphere is almost identical to levels in the 21st century. I'm not picking up any harmful trace substances either. Okay, so we still have breathable air, even in this creepy bleached world. Okay, that's at least, you know, the silver lining. Well, that means we can part the shadow border and go have a look for ourselves. What do you think, Seku? Doesn't that sound intriguing? Stepping out into a world of sheer nothing in every direction? Doesn't sound intriguing. Haha, of course it does. First we'll go out and get some fresh air, then we'll look for food. I'm kind of interested, but bro probably played Minecraft. He's so excited about this. yeah. Let's talk about more about the Wandering Sea. Cryptic silence. Empty smile. You don't know either, do you? Of course I do. You don't. Gerdov Musik is not a man to pretend to know something he doesn't. Could have fooled me. You could have fooled me. The Mages Association isn't a monolith, I'll have you know. Just because I used to work at the Clock Tower doesn't mean I've ever been to the supposedly living Wandering Sea in the North Ocean. North Sea, I mean. So you've only heard rumors. I thought you were from some big important family, old man. Then you're here. Every time he gets a chance to say something to him. Don't you call me that, double chin? Dang! If I must spell it out to you, then hear it. Dang! You didn't do that to Menura like that. The Wandering Sea of Baldanders is the first enigma ever discovered in the world of Magecraft, and it will be the last to be puzzled out. January ain't even that big. Like, it's an island. Is he? I gotta see him again. It's an island so mysterious and full of mystics that even such a gifted mage of an incredibly prestigious bloodline as myself may not even set foot in it. First enigma. It's the Wandering Sea too. That's the thing. It's Wandering too, which is interesting with the title right there. No, the body shame, right? It's an island so mysterious that, oh yeah, I just read that. Oh no, I didn't read that. No, yeah, no, I did read that. What am I saying? It's true. All of that all fits with what's in Chaldea's database. Mystics are full of mystics. Okay, I didn't really read that part too much, but okay, mystics. Interesting. It says that though the Mage Association has been around since the start of the AD era, it also split into 3 branches shortly after its inception. The mages who settled in London evolved with the times and focused on developing Magecraft over the course of history. Okay, I'm familiar with that. Clockwork Tower. The Clock Tower. That faction went on to become the Clock Tower, the largest and most powerful Magecraft organization in the world. Its members include the Anosphere family. Okay, we know them. The founders of Chaldea and Mr. Gyrodolf here. Quite so. Here in the 21st century, the Mages Association and the Clock Tower, I don't know why I want to keep saying clockwork, but okay, and the Clock Tower are all but synonymous. Is that a game, Clockwork Tower or something? Because maybe that's why. The next major faction is the Atlas Institute in Egypt. Yeah, I knew about that, but we learned about that in that singularity. They're dedicated to perfecting alchemy. Hey, Janice, what's up? We actually infiltrated their headquarters once during the Sixth Singularity. That's when we got over there. It was a huge research complex, almost like a giant crypt, built deep underground. And as easy as it was to get in, it was hard to get out. The Atlas Institute's ironclad rule is that the technology created there must never leave. Yeah. Have I ever played any Sly Cooper games? No, I haven't. But I've, kind of seen some playthroughs of them here and there. But Chaldea's first director was granted an exception thanks to the Atlas contract. Okay, the technology he was able to take from the Atlas Institute enabled him to complete Chaldea. Okay. It was also the Atlas Institute that presented him with the Void Reality Observation device, Paper Moon, one of the finest mystic codes ever made. Yeah, because they have a bunch of mystics there. Indeed, they seldom poke their noses out of their little hole in the ground, but I'm told they do converse with lords, I bet as little as possible. They may be a heartless bunch who only care about weapons and technology, but they can be rather useful if you play your cards right. And finally, the last faction is the Wandering Sea, the Baldanders, said to be somewhere in the North Sea. Oh, we're going north. Okay. However, the most I could find about them was a brief overview, even in Chaldea's extensive files. It said that their cardinal rule is to only recognize Magecraft in the Age of Gods and refuse to accept any advancements or alterations urged by civilization. Okay. In essence, their ideology is the exact opposite of the Clock Towers. And oh yeah, because Clock Tower is more about modernizing, moving forward with the times. They're stuck in the Age of Gods in the past. Okay. Yeah, polar opposites. Indeed, refusing to accept progress in Magecraft means refusing to accept consumer civilization. Yeah. The Wandering Sea's philosophy of Magecraft is fundamentally incompatible with modern human society. That is why they keep their gates firmly shut, and why they seldom add to their numbers. In other words, they're a bunch of old fuddy-duddies. Okay, but fuddy-duddies obsessed with Magecraft, so ancient it has to be measured with carbon dating. That said, they do open their gates just once every year to try and recruit promising new talent. But even among mages of the Clock Tower, the number who actually make it to the Wandering Sea can be counted in one hand. So that little. Do you see my point? I'm saying the Wandering Sea is every bit as secret as the Atlas Institute. just in a different way. They're boomers. Yeah. No one from the outside has ever been able to get the full story. The reason being, as the name suggests, the Wandering Sea is always on the move. Yup. Okay, that's why I was kind of if they're going to bring that up, the wandering part. Man, I really don't like that it's just silent. Like no music, no ambiance. Most who know of it believe it to be a floating island somewhere in the North Sea, but it is in fact the very opposite. The Wandering Sea's headquarters were built before the AD era began, and they never move at all. It is instead the sea in which they are located that moves around, a world unto itself in many ways. That is almost certainly why its location still remains a secret even in the 21st century. Land that moves around while placing mystic textures on itself. I see. It would make it its own independent singularity. In a way. It would also explain how it was able to escape whatever turned this Earth's surface into an endless white desert. All this time they've been turning their noses up at us, but the moment things go south, they don't have any issue sending us a distress signal? Some successors to true mystics they turned out to be. They should... anytime he has a chance to talk smack, he's going to do it. Like, they should try to take a page from our book. We're the ones who made it through Russia by the skin of our teeth with no outside help. We're the ones who are currently flailing about with no plan. Man, yeah, you had the nerve to call him Minior double chin earlier. He's not even, like, big. Like, at least you understand that the situation is still pretty dire, I guess. Given the present circumstances, it looks like the people of the Wandering Sea have decided to blend their rules in order to offer us a lifeboat. I guess to add some tension. Yeah, it's silent. Jeez, like, at any rate, Administrative Advisor Holmes, I have a question for you. Would you like to be as certain as possible? What do you make of this? Can we trust their distress signal as genuine? Are you getting new welfare servants or? Oh yeah, that's the Those are the current. Oh, welfare servant. Wait, the Santa ones. Yeah, I went through like two different thoughts right there. I think I got a few. I think I say a few. I think I only got one. I think was it Salter Santa? One of them right now. I know I have. I think Jean. Not Jean. What's her name? Florence Nightingale Santa. I think she was from a previous welfare, but I know I got Saber Alter Santa, these titles. Triple S. I think I got her, if I'm not mistaken. They had a couple Santa ones, right? Something. I'm afraid I can't speak to that. What do you think, Da Vinci? Oh, why can't you speak to that? You don't have all the facts together, Holmes? Could go either way from the look of it. This transmission isn't part of the clock tower standards, but its wavelength is pretty close to the waveforms of the Atlas Institute uses. It could be fake. Since we don't have any data about the Wandering Sea ourselves, I can't really give you a definitive answer. Still, I can verify that there's definitely something to be found at these coordinates. Whatever the story is, if there's a Magecraft workshop there, I'd really like to at least check it out. Yeah, Victoria Alter. Yeah. I think I got her. I'm mixing up all the Santa type servants. They all got the Santa outfit, so. Yeah, I think I saw the review over there. They're all alters too, right? Yeah. I did see Connor Alter Santa Alter. Y'all know. The titles get more complex. Well, not complex, but just wordy. I remember him. I think about maybe checking him out too. But I know we managed to stretch things with the materials we got in Russia, but there are still limits to what the Shadow Border can do. What I really want to do is retune the whole frame from scratch, but I doubt we'll be finding much in the way of materials, considering the entire world seems to be an empty wasteland. These coordinates are from the Wandering Sea. These coordinates from the Wandering Sea would put it in the seas west of Norway. Okay. We could go through the Scandinavian peninsula and return at Germany and cut across Denmark. We just left Moscow heading west, so it would take us a few days to reach them regardless of our route. Assuming that is the border we can convert the mana in the atmosphere into electricity, that just leaves the question of food. What if we go to the Wandering Sea via zero sail? Can we just, pop over there? Yeah, can we zero sail? Oh, just stay into... Okay. Cat out there bugging out, man. No zero sails. As technical advisor, I expressly forbid it. Even if we are going to run into another one of those storm walls along the way, we need to stick to the surface as much as possible. Okay, it's safer. That's fair. But why? And did you just say there are more of those storm walls? Explain yourself, technical advisor. If there's another storm wall in our path, doesn't that mean running straight into another lost belt? We don't have any other choice, Gyarados. Not with... Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. There's the music. Now it's the two big problems we're facing. First, there's the small matter of the Wandering Sea living up to its name. These coordinates they sent us are all over the place. Literally, in fact, they are in constant state of flux. Nothing definite or precise. With coordinates like these, it would be very risky to try zero sailing there with the paper moon. So until and unless we go to the Wandering Sea directly and forge some kind of connection to it, a long distance zero sail is out of the question. Second, and this is the real problem, we don't have the energy. Okay. Yes, Holmes also helpfully suggested converting mana into electricity as if it were a simple matter, but that can only get us so far. The conversion rate isn't efficient enough, so we'd end up spending more power than we can produce, which would make the long zero sail trip fatal. After all, no more power means no more working life support systems. And we don't know about you guys, but I sure don't want to be out of this bleached white world all by myself. True. Good point. The logic walls that we have put up in the void space do use a lot of power. At our current energy levels, I don't think the border could last 2 hours there. Okay. And like Da Vinci said, we don't even have the exact coordinates we need. Grrr. Yeah, growl. So what? Are you saying we need to enter another Lost Belt if we're going to reach this possible hope for a salvation? Where is this new Lost Belt anyways? If we use a typical world map, then the entire Scandinavian peninsula is covered by one of these storm's walls. Yup. Another half a day or so of driving, and you should all get to see the closest thing to the edge of the world for yourself. Okay, closest to the edge of the world. I take that to mean this white featureless ground will continue until we exit Russia's territory then? At any rate, we have two possible routes to the Wandering Sea's designated coordinates. One that takes us across the Scandinavian peninsula, and one that brings us out to the sea via Poland and Germany. Da Vinci, in your estimation, which of these gives us our best chance? Should we go by land or by sea? I think making a sea voyage would be a lot to... Oh wait, go back. I think making a sea voyage would be a lot to ask of the border. We could perhaps get through the Strait of Dover. Should we go by land or by sea? I know in the future we have a Lost Belt closer to the ocean, but to be honest, I'd rather we keep our distance from the British Isles, because we have no idea about the state of the oceans just now. True. So what I'm saying is, I think the overland route is the best choice right now. Good grief. No sooner are we done with one Lost Belt than we're off to a second. Your thoughts, Mr. Seku? I mean, I'm really much to say about this. Honestly, that's a scary thought. Are there any other regions we could cross? Yeah, are there any other options? Do we have to go through this Lost Belt? Can we skip it? An excellent question. I want to know what's going on in the rest of the world too. What about Europe, for instance? The Scandinavian peninsula is the only place with a storm wall. I'm not seeing anything on the Greek side whatsoever. Also, I didn't mention this before because I didn't want to upset you, but I'm not seeing anything from England at all. We need more power observation equipment than what the Shadow Border's got to see what's happening with the British Isles. Killing another... Yeah, we're going off to kill another world, another Lost Belt to end. Man, it's tragic. Girl, so you're set on having us to cross the Scandinavian peninsula then, aren't you, Da Vinci? Alright, we've come this far after leaving Moscow, so at the border's current speed, we should reach the peninsula in about 2 days. Very well then, use that time to make sure we're fully prepared. Menure, if we run into anything we could use to shore up our defenses along the way, take the opportunity to stop the border and ensure everything is in good working order. Da Vinci, you look after the little demi-servant girl. I can't have her falling down on her job. Holmes, come with me. We're going to the solitary confinement chamber. Solitary confinement? Wait, what? The Bruce Iowa is just that messed up? Oh boy. Oh boy. Solitary confinement. But yeah, what does that mean? Yeah, solitary confinement too, yeah, like... Of course, I'm going there to interrogate Kadok. Oh yeah! He should be waking up any time now. I almost forgot about him. It's time for me to put my brilliant questioning skills to use. I would like to see that. In fact, I remember there was something else about him. Maybe he's not maybe he does have some good stuff there. His interrogation skills. When I'm through with him, he'll have told us what the cryptids are. Wodheim is planning everything. Mark my words. Mark my words. Okay, I'll hold you to that then. I'm coming too. Pause. Don't you look at me like that. You need the right people for the right job. I admit I may be the best fit for the interrogation, but you, even less so. Don't you worry, Kadok may be something of a twisted little brat, but he's still a growing boy. Merely tempt him with food and he'll be putting my... It's not gonna be that easy. Just give him food, all of a sudden he's gonna say, yeah, I'll tell you I spilled the beans. He's willing to fight us and kill us. Like, what? Trust me, one whiff of my creamy carbonara will turn his complexion from sour milk to sunflowers in an instant. Worry not, Mrs. Seku. I'll see to it that the interrogation does not delve into violence. In fact, I have my own questions I wish to ask him. Is he going to tell the truth, though? I have a fairly good idea of the crypto's goal now, and I also believe I know the extent of Kadok Zemlupus's personal knowledge. Okay. If he's alive in there, like... However, there are still two important things I know little about. The truth emptiness, and that serious light command spell of his. Yeah. Granted, the latter is something Kadok merely mentioned once. It may not be that important. An emergency alert? What's this about? I thought there weren't supposed to be any more. Approaching the key. We're not out of Russian woods yet. Something's approaching us at high speed. It's closing in. Oh, is it a servant? Come in, Menure. Floor it before it catches up to us. I can't. We're just about to go uphill. The border can't go any faster. Oh, this is scary. Actually, like, oh crap, I'm picking up a heat signature too. It's an RPG! Impact in 3, 2. I felt that. Please tell me that wasn't a direct hit, Da Vinci. Damage report. Is the engine intact? Are we going to have to bail in the middle of this race? I'm sure the damage is negligible. And our armor is still pretty intact. We shouldn't need to do any more than wipe off the scorch mark. Okay. The Shattered Border's armor is a composite of the cutting-edge technology in Manchcraft's theory. Normal weapons can't even scratch it. Okay. That's not what I'm seeing, Holmes. That blast took out one of our armor plates. Another hit like that and we'll be in deep crap. Yep. Huh? Really? He said, really? Yo, he's like, hey, it's nothing, y'all. It's nothing. You're really like, no, it is something, man. Holmes, yeah, dude. Bro. Then that means I remember now. This is the same sort of explosion I felt way back, or 2 weeks ago, when I was just a hapless, albeit handsome man being shot with an anti-material rifle. This can only mean that Koyanskaya is back to finish the job? It really might be occurrence this time. Foo-foo! Spare us to trip down memory lane, old man. Come on, Holmes, do something. Right, my apologies. I'm used to eating crow. Holmes fraud, yeah. Evacuate all... Yo, my voice. Evacuate all staff in the port side hallway. Okay. On that note, no, Miss Caroline, would you like to put up a magical... I would like you to put up a magical energy barrier in the internal hallways so as to fend off a possible second round. Okay, there we go. I trust you're alright with that, Seku? I am. Go for it, Mash. Yeah, Mash, you do your thing. Don't worry, Senpai. I won't let them put up one more scratch on the border. Yeah, teamwork, let's go. The hostile entity should reach the border in 50 meters. Putting up visual now. What we got? Grr, they must think they're hot stuff. What was that? They must think they're hot stuff. Their vehicle must have impressive suspension if they're heading straight at us, though. I didn't think Russia had any race cars like that around. Alright, where are you, you little leftover approachniky? Let's see what you look like. What the actual hell? What? That's not a vehicle, it's a person. Yep, I figured. Someone's approaching on foot. Wait, that silhouette. Ah! I was expecting him. Out of everyone. Clergy investments and Lostbelt servants reading. It's that priest, the one who calls himself Metropolitan Macarius. Yeah, like what? Can he chill? I woke up when I thought I heard a voice calling me. It was cold, almost brittle kind of voice. Where am I? I guess this means I'm still alive. Yeah. Yeah, dude is running full speed. Yeah, and he's just grinning too. Why did they pull the monitor? He's grinning. Man. There's a dull ache in the back of my head where I got a pistol whipped. He sure wasn't playing around. Oh man, goddamn cowboy. Shouldn't outlaws be cool and laid back and all that? This shaking. Am I in a vehicle? This must be the shadow border. I tried to assess the circumstances as best as I can in this dimly lit place. Looks like they took me prisoner. They bound my hands, but now I can move around freely. The anti-magic cuffs they must have used on me are lying in pieces on the floor. Ooh. Did I break them unconsciously while I was out? No, I couldn't have. I know I'm not capable of that. Why are the cuffs so damn cold? Did something freeze them enough to turn them brittle? Or maybe it's her farewell gift to me. Ugh. The thought of that even entered my mind makes me sick. I don't have the time to get sentimental. Now that I've failed, I don't have the right. Of course, that doesn't mean I'm going to waste this opportunity if I'm going to make a getaway. And where are you going to go? You know more about this world than us. If someone attacking the shadow border from the outside, but the only ones who could do that are the cryptors. Does that mean someone's here to rescue me? No, there's no chance of that. They're here to shut me up. There's no other reason anyone would waste their time on a loser like me. Exactly what I was thinking. Alright, I can't just sit around and wait for them to kill me. First off, I've got to find a way out of here. After that, who knows? Escaping is all I can hope for now. Once that's done, I'll just have to see where the wind takes me. He said, I'm going to go with the flow. I mean, if you can work with us, I mean, we don't plan on killing you. I think. Well, he said we're not going to resort to violence, so. But, I mean, damn it. There goes another one. What's the situation? Mash raised her shield just in time. That one barely did anything. Way to go, Mash. Yeah, let's go, Mash. Foo-foo. Hey, what up, anime music? The hostile servant is still in pursuit of the border's port side. Wait, is he about to fire again? Just how many rounds did he even bring with him? Sure, I just noticed that NFF services making on the thing. It must be one of Korean Sky as weapons. Okay. No wonder it was able to damage the Magecraft armor. Yep. That said, it looks like that priest is all sermon and no rod, like pearls before swan. So too gold before music, I assume. I suppose. The only one who could probably handle a modern Magecraft weapon like that is Koyaskani herself. Wait, what? The hatch is open. Why is the hatch open? Gyarados, quickly, check the internal surveillance cameras. I think someone opened the border's hatch and got outside. There's someone on board the starboard ramp? What? That can't be right. You expect me to believe someone is hanging off the side like this? Like this is some kind of action move? Wait, that's Kadak Zemu. Yep, Kadak out there. Just how many adventure crazy nuts are there around here? I thought there was something on us. The signal's headed towards the deck now. Sure, so he's trying to take advantage of this confusion to escape, eh? Come on, Seku. We're taking that hatch and going up there too. Do not let Kata get away. I have a mountain of questions I still need to ask him. Right. Yeah. Oh, man. You, huh? Figures you'd show up. You're looking a little less dazed now. Glad to see you're back to your usual happy-go-lucky nonsense. Looks like you're back up and at him too. Yeah, it looks like you're at him too. Yeah, guess we both been pushing ourselves to the limit. Takes a toll though, doesn't it? I always felt the pressure before, but it's even worse now that it's gone. Hell, I might as well have had a bag of feathers on my shoulders earlier compared to now. We both knew what we wanted to do, but we didn't really get it. Enough chit-chat already, Zemlupus? Get back inside the border now, and I'll make sure you're treated fairly under international law. Trust me, you don't want to be stupid and go jumping off a moving vehicle like this. I can tell from you from experience that you'll regret it. You'll end up dead and we'll have lost you. Show me that you're willing to help us, and I'd be willing to put in good word for you with the association. You don't have to threaten me. I thought there might be a lipo or something out here, but there's nothing. Getting out here was a huge pain in the butt, and it looks like it was all for nothing. Yo, at least you realize you're not. Your plan isn't working now. Once I might have jumped off just to spite you, but now I've got a promise to keep. I can't go throwing my life away. You want to interrogate me, right? Fine, I'll tell you everything you want to know. Oh, that's a small price to pay for survival at this point. I don't care what it takes to stay alive. Excellent. This makes my little insurance trip out here well worth it. We should have gone inside and talked. Why are we out here talking about this? Ah, no. To turn around, you idiot. Kaduk. Oh. Rasputin, you son of a... And he smiled. The smug face. Why, if it isn't Gyarados Musik, how nice to see you again. You too, Master Arcade. Allow me to offer my congratulations on successfully taking down Russia. Let go of him right now. Oh, he's had some. Okay, he's hanging on to him. I'm afraid I can't do that. I have my own concerns. You understand, of course. I mean, I can't think of nothing to say. Let go of him, damn it! Like, my job is to oversee Kaduk Zemlupus' role as Cryptor, and that role has come to an end. A hand in chest. Yeah, this guy, he comes in, he shows up in the worst moments, and he does the worst things. So I thought I would give him as merciful a send-off as possible. That's merciful? I wonder what brutal would be to this guy then. Grr, as if Da Vinci wasn't enough. Now he's gone and stabbed Kaduk in the back too? As a gentleman, I'm honor bound to stop him, but my golf punch will never work on him. Damn it, where's Holmes when you need him? I thought he was always supposed to be 2 steps ahead. Not to worry, Director Gyarados. Eliminating all of you isn't my job description. Hey, what up, Rio? Russia is currently my sole jurisdiction, you see. As such, I needed to handle this before you left the area entirely. Okay. I hope you can forgive the necessity of my resorting to such drastic measures unbefitting of my age though they are. I don't care about that. I'm afraid I lack Koyaanisqai's ability to move between lost belts. Oh, I'm limited to getting around the same way you do. Okay, that's why he was really rushing us. As a middle manager of sorts, I'm not able to go to the next lost belt without the foreign god's permission. The foreign god's permission. Foreign god. Intriguing. Would you be so good as to tell us more? Metropolitan Macaros. Yeah, keep talking. I'm sorry I'm late, Master. Huh? Kaduk! Now then, I'd be best on my way. I hope you don't mind me saving the answer to your question for our next meeting, Sherlock. Oh, but before I go, I would at least like to put a stop to this false name you've been using for me. My true name is Rasputin. Grigory Rasputin. That said, I confess that this spiritual origin doesn't belong to me. I'm simply borrowing it from a dead man. I deduced all that long ago, my dear priest. My concerns are more fundamental in nature. Where did you acquire that dead man? In proper human history, Kotabine Kiri's body was cremated. So how did you come to take possession of a dead man without a body? Ooh. Oh, I'm sure you're figuring that out sooner or later, Sherlock. That is, after all, what you do. That is what you do. I once called the incineration of humanity a mythological murder case. Ah, in which case? Go ahead and label this attack the same way. Ask yourself, who committed this crime and how? Once you have arrived at that answer, we will meet again. Ooh. When that day comes, I look forward to you accusing the culprit in person. And he's off like that. Father Kotsumini, I mean, Rasputin has made off with Kadak. What should we do, Senpai? But if we turn the border around now... At this point, yeah, don't bother. We'll never catch up. And we can't risk going back to Russia. We'll just have to give up on interrogating Kadak Zemlipus. This was my fault. I should have considered that someone may pursue us. That'd be the first thing on my mind. But... So is he running with him with his hand still, like, fisted throughout his gut? Like, that'd be terrible. Damn it. I can't believe I got knocked out again. Sneak up on people and stabbing them is kind of your thing, huh? I think my heart actually stopped for a while back there. Indeed it did. If I hadn't, do you really think Holmes would have let us escape so easily? Oh. No, if he had realized you were still alive, they would have come back to retrieve you. I couldn't let that happen. Well played. Okay. Not after... Yeah, asked me to bring you back to Olympus. Oh. Is that so? Well, it doesn't matter either way. You wasted your time, Rasputin. Oh? Whether Chaldea kills me or Wadam does it, I'll be just as dead. Now that I've failed, I don't belong with either of them. I'm just going to be an example to the other cryptors. Yep. What? What is it? You've got something to say? Then spit it out, father. Yeah, what's that face? Apologies. I was just thinking how much easier my job would be if they were the sort of person. At any rate, it's clear what's going to happen to you. You may have lost your right to run the Lostbelt, but you still have your Sirius light. Yep. That command spell belongs to our god. As long as you possess it, your life does not belong to you alone. Okay. Yeah, because they did mention that primordial god or something. You no longer have the option of throwing your life away, Kadak Zemlipus. Your fate is to have every last bit of your soul squeezed out of you until the day you die. Until the day you die. That's your fate? That's your fate? Part 2 to prologue. Okay. I think I have time to get through part 2. Let's get this one going. Prologue. Yeah, foreign god, okay. It's been 2 days since Rasputin and pseudo-servant attacked. Yep. The pseudo-servant. The Chaldeans are currently on their way to Lostbelt in Scandinavia. Off to not a good start. Everything is so white. The words blank slate have never been seen. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, why foreign? Yeah, why foreign? The word blank slate has never seemed so appropriate. It's like the entire surface has been reset. Nothing but pure white wherever you go. Everything is gone. Nature, civilization, even the flora and fauna have completely disappeared. No, not disappeared. It's more like they've all been pruned away. All there is to see in every direction is pure white plain. Though there were a few topographical exceptions along the way. It looked like the remains of some buildings, but they appeared to have been warped by extreme heat or destroyed in some kind of shockwave. Yeah, exposition. we love the exposition, right? Fate, grand exposition. Whatever the cause, upon closer inspection, one could see that these had once been man-made structures of some kind. This led to Seku and his allies stepping out of the shadow border to investigate further. The atmospheric composition was normal. The air was breathable, and the gravity was the same as before. There's no need for a hazard suit or spacesuit or anything of the sort. Good thing you didn't have to get all dressed up like an astronaut, huh? Said Leonardo da Vinci with a cherubic smile. Why is it being narrated like this? From whose perspective is this being told right now? Okay. Look, Senpai, you can see them up ahead, buildings. Like ruins? Ah. Yeah. Looks like even the buildings have been bleached. That explains why we couldn't see them at a distance. Those are buildings, right? Or what's left of them. If there are any survivors here, we should bring them back to the border as soon. MASH, I don't think there's any survivors out here. Unless they're eating this white sand. Like, she trailed off all of a sudden. Probably because what she saw was beyond anything she could have imagined. No one could blame her. Anyone else would have been agape at the bizarre sight before them. The color had been drained out of everything. Some part of buildings even looked as though they had been rubbed away with an eraser. The whole thing looked like some bizarre postmodern art exhibit. It was made all the more baffling by being in the middle of a bleached desert. Sugar sand, right? There are no signs of life anywhere. Not even the remains of what had once been alive. It all looked so sterile, especially for ruins. It was the sort of thing you'd only see in dreams. Everyone back at the border seeing it on their monitors must have thought they were looking at footage from an alien planet. Yeah, let's go. There might still be something inside. Earth had changed. It had been completely bleached, a planet now totally devoid of life, with the exception of the Lostbelt. But even when it had been reset to blank state, there were still some places, some buildings, some life forms that survived. Chaldea decided to call these remnants. Today was the first contact they had with these sort of remnants. These buildings that had been left behind on this newly blank Earth. Despite the new director's pessimistic outlook, the other staff couldn't ignore the possibility. However slight that there had still been other survivors. But even though they never did find any other people, the investigation wasn't for nothing. Because they did find signs of life, signs that someone had survived all this, and had been here before them. The quote part, life finds a way, yeah. Here, near Scandinavian Lostbelt, in what used to be Helsinki, the capital of Finland. Yeah, we got a couch, we got a dresser, or a bookshelf. There were signs in these buildings that someone somewhere was still alive. Signs that someone had been living there for days, weeks, maybe even months. Empty bottles, piles of canned food, and the remains of a communication device that someone had clearly spent a great deal of effort trying to repair. There was even something that looked like a doll lying on the floor, a sign that a young child had been among the survivors. And above all, they found something that had clearly been left behind with intent. Intentional. According to this journal, looks like somebody was here recently as 2 days ago. The last entry is dated the day before yesterday. It looked like there were 6 survivors at first, but over time, the numbers gradually dwindled until, in the end, whoever wrote this journal must have been the last one to disappear. Where could they have all gone? Unfortunately, though, whoever wrote the journal had excellent penmanship, and it was in a language that Seku could not read. It could have been Finnish, or maybe Swedish. Either way, it may as well have been Greek to Seku. Why did this happen to our planet? Why did these invaders from another world hate humanity so much? If nothing else, those final questions written on the last pages were clear. Why? 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 That is all these people could ask. even as they were being wiped away, almost as though they were being punished for seeking meaning in their crisis. It's time, Master. Let's head back to the border. We're almost to Sweden now. The rest you should rest up for the coming battles. As they left the remnants behind, one thought haunted each and every one of them. Now, where was there so much as a trace of blood, no hint of violence? And as soon as... Wait, why did I read that weird? Okay, soon the Shadow Border will enter the second Lostbelt. Will it be a hellish wasteland inhospitable to life, or perhaps... So much mystery. I like it. I like how much they're building up a lot of the mystery to this world and leaving in some stuff to eventually for a big reveal down the line, but or at least leaving clues that you could eventually figure out some stuff or connect dots. So that's what those storm walls look like from the outside. Okay, yeah, because I remember last Lostbelt, I think they also had something in the beginning, which I remember that as well. I don't know if that storyline connects with this one, but I'm assuming everything connects in some way. Yup, finally about to take the plunge into the Scandinavian Lostbelt. Not because we have no other choice, like with Russia. This time we choose to do it ourselves. As you saw, there is a tree of emptiness here as well. Yeah. Though at this distance, it looks more like a faint pillar of light than a tree. Yeah, yes, quite so. We may not... Yes, quite so. We may not know what it's like on the other side, but we do know exactly what we need to do. This is the Lostbelt, a place carved out of a history different from our own. There's no telling what horrors may await us there. But once we cut down that tree of emptiness, thingamabob, the Lostbelt will return to its original state, and the storm wall will disappear. Yep. Yeah, but I think we should put this particular tree of emptiness investigation off until later. Our priority is to slip through Scandinavia and get to the Wandering Sea. Depending on what it's like in there, we may be able to just ignore the Lostbelt. Oh. Will we be able to do that? I don't think so. If we're going to invade this place, we should do so after we've improved our offense option at the Wandering Sea. Okay. It won't do for a sequin match to be the only two ever risking their necks on the front lines. I just hope that transmission really was from the Wandering Sea. And if it is from a Wandering Sea, there is a chance that... I mean, I guess we'll see. So what now? I thought those storm walls were impenetrable. That we can't penetrate using the Shadow Border's primary function. The storm is approximately 2 kilometers wide, so we will cross it via a zero sail. Huh? You mean we're going to dive back into void space? Oh, the music's just going down. Okay. Hold on now. Surely I'm not the only one who was wildly uncomfortable seeing his soul leave his body, was I? I mean, is it just me, or is looking down at your own body in third person a truly unsettling experience? 1000% second, and I mean, it's kind of like a video game in a way, but it's looking at yourself. You're kidding me. You're completely fine with it? Doesn't it bother you having a bird's eye view of your own life? Of course it makes us all feel sick. But you're the commander now, yeah? So freaking suck it up, would you? Honestly, I've gotten used to it. I mean, a short hop through void space is nothing compared to a ray shift. Not that I've ever experienced ray shifted myself. I'm about to say, Minuair, what are you talking about, man? Grr. Now I don't want... Now don't you start talking back to me, Minuair. Ray shift? Shmay shift? Clearly the zero sail program that began under my new administration is far more impressive It's a far more impressive achievement. Holmes, Da Vinci, prepare the shadow border for takeoff. Indeed, Gyarados, I for one am truly inspired after your little speech. And well done on your part, Mr. Manir. That will be one less thing to worry about during our dive. Okay, places everyone, time to strap in for today's out-of-body experience. The good news is, we're not going to dive as deeply as we did last time. Yeah, exactly, lock in. This dude Gyarados be whiny, like, we're just going to skim under the surface, so to speak, so that we stick to reality space-time, and distance as closely as possible. We have to do it like that, since we don't have anything tying us to Scandinavia. It'll be like a split-second dive into a two-dimensional split plane. Think of it like going scuba diving without an oxygen tank. Ooh, we just need to hold our breath for a little bit while we make our way through the wall. All set, Seku? You know we'll be setting foot in another brand new world soon, right? I'm well aware. Let's go where no man has ever gone before. Again, yeah? Got it? Okay then. Let's go see what's on the other side of this wall.
Well, that's true. It has been a week. Dang, time goes by so fast for them.
So much has gone down in 1 week. Okay, destination southern Sweden near Norrköping. Expanding logic formula and shadow border, external armor, roofing, existence verification for race shift. For reality space, I mean. Future prediction. Hypothetically, prove mirror world plane in 20 seconds. Reality space time friction decompression for 0.24 seconds. All systems are green. Void space may be a calm sea, but as always, don't forget to watch out for big waves. Shadow border and tether from reality. Void space divine. Zero sail unfurl. Ooh, let's get this visual going. Let's go. Hey. I often find it hard to create good, annoying, dislikable characters. Find it hard to sometimes make a good dislikable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's like with Gordy, it's like he got me annoying, but I'm like, in a way, I could kind of feel him to an extent, though. Yeah, there's so much story in this 1 hour. Like for real, this prologue was long as like. Let me collect my stuff. Collect this. Wait, what's in there? Oh yeah, here we go. Chi-sama. Okay, what's this? Assault on the demonic sword. So that was the prologue. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, y'all, that I'm only doing an hour today. So if you weren't here yet, then yeah, I'm about to end the stream. I actually have some stuff going on earlier today. So yeah. Otherwise, I definitely go through this. I have to leave in like literally 20 minutes. So, but definitely curious to see what's going to happen next. We did get a lot of stuff though in this beginning. First of all, we had the whole thing with the sand world. So, yeah, real life takes priority, 100%. Oh yeah, the ticket expired tomorrow? Hold up. Wait, which tickets? Wait. wait, which tickets? Wait, what's going to expire tomorrow? Wait, which ones? Oh, they do expire! Oh my gosh, you're right! F! Jeez, thank you for pointing that out. Okay, I'll make sure I grab these for it. I went to the summon page, I was like, wait, my tickets are about to run out? Okay, I'll make sure I grab some of these. I think I need to grab some of these for someone, so... let me grab these anyways. I'll just grab these right now. I don't think I need to grab any of those other things. Okay, let me collect those now. Thanks for that, man. Jeez. Thanks for pointing that out. Like, golly. But, yeah, grab that definitely. So, yeah, glad y'all noticed that because I did not. But yeah, I'll see y'all next week. We'll officially get into this this Lost Belt. I'm excited for this Lost Belt. I remember seeing the trailer a while ago, and I recall some things. I try to look back at the trailers when I'm nowadays, so I could like be more surprised with some stuff. But yeah, I'll check out the Santa. Let me check out the shop quickly. I still have some time. Like I said, I have to leave in 20 minutes, so I have to change my clothes. I have some car stuff I'm taking care of today. Yes, I got Ultra Pendragon Santa Altar. Yeah, I did get her. Okay, I wish they translate what she was saying over here. But, okay, then they have Jean d'Arc, Alta Santa Lily. Okay, what else do they have? Carna Santa, okay. Yeah, it's only those 1, 2, 3? Okay. Okay, yeah, then in the past, yeah, a while ago they had Florence Nightingale. Okay, I remember that. But hey, Wapioni, yo, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, stay safe out here. Yeah, you too. But yeah, I definitely got her. Now that I have enough, actually, I could get her later on. I'll probably get him as well. Check them out at least. But material, yeah, 100%. Anything that's useful. Okay, I'll get them later on. Okay, I don't want to hear her talk again. It's about the gap. But yeah, anyways, I gotta end it right here. I want to get dressed and also eat something. So yeah, I'll see y'all next week. Definitely get more into this. We'll get a 2-hour stream going. I don't think I'm busy with anything next Friday. So hopefully I get a 2-hour stream in next week. Hopefully. Yeah, Altera Santa's locked behind that. Yeah, she's behind. Because if I wanted to get her, I'd have to complete this, right? Yeah, I'd probably go through this on my own or record something for that. I'll see. Definitely want to get around to that soon. So, or circle back to down the line. I'll see. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. I'll see y'all next Friday. I'm having ourselves a nice weekend. I might be streaming some other stuff on the channel this weekend, some art nights. I'll see. I've been kind of busy and too many events with art nights. Too much stuff over there on that end. Too much stuff going on. But I'll see y'all later again. Y'all have a nice day. Stay safe out there. And that's it. Peace and out. Bye, boom.